Hi folks, Lou here, and I'm going to talk about the objective of game design. First, by quoting somebody from somewhere online. Quote, game design is about making people feel clever. If you've made people feel clever, you've made a good game. Unquote. This is absolutely wrong. Sometimes game design is about this. For example, family games or especially party games. But if you're talking about competitive games, that's not how it works. And in fact, it would be difficult to make a competitive game truly competitive where you could affect the other players. It wasn't just a multi-player puzzle and make everybody feel good. And of course, making people clever means dumbing down a game to where everybody, whether they're good players or bad, or whether they're experienced or not, can play the game and feel clever about it. Another problem with games that always make people feel clever is pacing. Pacing is the general idea that you need downs as well as ups so that the ups will feel even better. If you're always doing well, then it becomes tedious. And of course, that's a name I would apply to most party games, tedious, but I don't play party games. Now, kind of the opposite of this is what a friend of mine said after playing one of my games. Your game makes me feel stupid. But he was a competitive gamer and played war games. And so that feeling encouraged him to want to play again and do better. Now, which you do in your game depends on what kind of game you want to make. Many so-called hobby games nowadays amount to party games or family games. In fact, one of the early definitions of German games or designer games, which is a really stupid name, was uh, family games on steroids. Now we've diverged far from that, and the exceptional games of that category, like Power Grid, are very different from that. Nonetheless, most of the games that are published, and considered most of them are self-published, are aimed at making people feel clever more than at making people think, making people earn what they get out of the game. People are getting rewarded for playing the game rather than earning it. And that the origins of that is the notion that game design is about making people feel clever. Now, it depends on your target audience, doesn't it? As usual, it depends. Thanks for listening.